Lockbourne Air Force Base at the time was actually a small city. We had a theater, a commissary, a big BX.
During the 1960s, there were more than 18,000 personnel and dependents assigned here combined.
Lockbourne was quickly constructed after America's entry in the Second World War. After the war, it was the home of the storied Tuskegee Airmen. And then it was part of the Strategic Air Command's Cold War mission to deliver nuclear weapons.
Our primary mission was Strategic Air Command. Peace is our profession, and we used to kid war is just a hobby.
Sprawling Bien Hoa Air Base, target for Viet Cong rockets, which blast both this.
The conflict in Vietnam drastically changed base operations.
The forces that were based here from time to time would be activated and would be assigned in theater in parts of Southeast Asia.
The 317th Tactical Airlift Wing flew a plane that was especially useful in Vietnam, so crews trained and based in Lockbourne were deployed.
The C-130 could land in areas where you couldn't get other aircraft, and oftentimes very, very short fields, unimproved fields that oftentimes were dirt or gravel.
Later in the war, these cargo planes were heavily weaponized and given a new mission. And the training took place at Lockbourne Air Force Base.
The Ho Chi Minh Trail, the enemy's lifeline to the war in South Vietnam and Cambodia. The great majority of your missions will be flown in darkness. And every one of you in the crew contributes to the accuracy of every shot as well as to the safety of every mission. The aircraft flies a left-turn orbit in a 30-degree bank at a constant altitude with the specified true airspeed around an aim point.
South Vietnamese air crews were brought to Lockbourne in Columbus for training on these deadly airships that earned a sinister nickname.
The name Big Spooky came about as a result of the sound, the very eerie sound that the aircraft would make in the distance, and the amount of rounds that were being fired created almost a very spooky, a very eerie whistling sound.
I'm going back now to refuel an F-4C fighter. Come on, I'll show you how we do it.
For years, Lockbourne had been the home base of an aerial refueling wing, a mission that was, well, indispensable in Vietnam.
We were kind of like a corner gas station. The fighters and bombers always knew there was somebody in Cherry Anchor, somebody in Plum Anchor, somebody in Purple Anchor, and they would just go and get gas and then go back into the fight. We would get deployed sometimes in groups of 3 to go to Thailand, usually to Utapao for a 90-day deployment. And then in the summer of 1972, it was either May or June, we were deployed for 6 months. And at that point, we took 13 jets and 15 aircrew and deployed to an airport right outside of Bangkok, Thailand. A lot of people say I'd rather carry bombs than fly one. And a KC-135 basically weighs about 108,000 pounds, but it'll hold 200,000 pounds of fuel. So that's as much as three railroad tank cars. That airplane has ashtrays in it, and we couldn't smoke on the ground, but as soon as we took off and got the gear up, we all lit up a cigarette for years. And that seems rather dumb today, doesn't it? At the time, we had a pilot, co-pilot, and navigator. All 3 of those were officers, and the boom operator was enlisted. But when we were doing air refueling, he went in the back. He would lie down on his stomach and open the window so he could look straight down. The receiver would come up, and he would tell the receiver up 4, back 5, left 5, or whatever. And he could actually, he had a stick just like the stick in a fighter airplane, and he could fly the boom wherever he wanted to.
The second major way in which...
As American involvement in the war was winding down, Albers and others with the refueling wing at Lockbourne played a vital role in 2 significant air operations.
In December 1972, negotiations at the Paris Peace Conference were once more deadlocked. Hopes to bring the POWs home by Christmas faded. The situation demanded strong, positive action toward North Vietnam. Action came on December 18, 1972. Operation codename Linebacker 2. Hundreds of aircraft flew 729 sorties against 34 North Vietnamese key complexes.
Linebacker 2 came in December of 1972, and it was only a month later that the peace agreements were signed and prepared the way for our crew members that were being held prisoner in Vietnam to be released.
More than 40 years later, the KC-135 is still flying refueling missions from the same airfield in Columbus. In fact, Albers flew the same plane in Vietnam and in the Gulf War 19 years later.
And it seems quite dangerous, but we had a remarkable safety record. I recently read in the 12 years that tankers were involved in Vietnam, they flew 813,000 missions, and there were only 4 fatal accidents. Pilots often get all the glory, but without the people that put fuel in the planes and the maintainers of the planes and the cooks and the truck drivers and the bus drivers and the schedulers and computer operators and personnel, and it takes a whole team to get the job done.